Hello ZZ Proxies, it's your boy Josh, and today with your grace I'm able to present to you the best of the best, the cream of the crop, the top 5 best units of Zenless Zone Zero Season 2. I've been toiling around with this list since ever before I even made the bottom 5 video, and by evaluating their strengths, actual performance across the year, and pull value, I've nailed down my top 5 units of last year. Now, if you haven't watched the previous episode of this new series of Zenless Zone Zero Season 2 recaps, we did a whole video of the bottom 5 units, so make sure to check that video out either right now or after this video. We'll be doing a bunch more content to recap this year and for the future Season 3 content. So comment down below right now who is your favorite unit of the entire last Season 2 of Zenless Zone Zero. And for this video, let's put the like goal at 750 likes. If we hit the sub goal, we'll release our holistic returner's guide to Zenless Zone Zero with all the tips, tricks, and secret techniques you'll need to help you prepare and get as many polychromes ready for the new season. And please, if I don't recognize your favorite waifu or husbando in this video, or more specifically a particular girl failure, please don't raise the pitchforks, folks. I'm here to evaluate my perceived top 5 units based on performance, so if you're thinking of picking up these units in a rerun or confirming your suspicions on a certain character's value, well, this video is for you. But with the table set, before we get into the top 5, like the last video, let's go through the honorable mentions. We actually have 2 this time. Let's start with one of the first honorable mentions, that being Arya. It's not too crazy to say that Arya coming out of the tail end of Season 2 has been one strong construct. And with the power of song and friendship and a body that apparently weighs 5 megatons like a Nikkei and is able to ground pound enemies with the force of Buddha's palm, Arya's ability to bloom is like no other that we've seen. Her also being quite self-sufficient as an anomaly makes her all the more flexible for team construction. Arya at the budget is solid, yet when paired with her 2 goofy idol mates in Suna and Nong Gong, she is brought up to a whole nother level, rivaling some of the best DPS we've seen in the game to date. Yet, like the last video, many folks are picking up that just damage isn't everything, and that's going to be reflected in this list for certain. Yet, Josh, you said there were 2 honorable mentions. Who the heck are you fleecing away from the top 5? Well, folks, you know how in basketball, sometimes folks will leave out Steph Curry, the greatest shooter of all time, out of their top 5 list. It's a tough list to make, seeing as how you can make arguments for so many other players, and Curry too, but just like how folks don't want to recognize the modern day GOAT, well, so too will I have to leave Lucia out of the top 5. Yes, I know. Oh, honestly, I should have made this video like a top 6. Like, why'd I have to fit 6 units, 6 just incredibly strong units into a top 5 video? Ugh. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. But I'll be giving Lucia the 6th best unit of ZZZ Season 2. Very simply for her market share as the sole Rupture premium buffer of the season. Her influence on Rupture performance can't be understated and is literally the best support option for Rupture that we have at current. Yet, it's a bit hard to slide her up because of the pure relevance of the next few characters, which speaks to the value I'm holding with the top 5, not only as leading characters of this past season, but their potentials moving forward. But make no mistake, Lucy is well deserved of a top spot, which is why I'm making this segment so long so I don't piss off more people. But Josh, if Lucia is out of the top 5, who the heck are you putting in? Well, let's start with the unit that would actually run alongside her, the High Preceptor of Yun Summit. That's right, we're starting with Yeshin. As our very first character of Season 2, you would think that after a year, DPS units would slowly fall off and or be relegated to their niche. Well, just like how LeBron has been so good for his over 20-year career, sorry for making so many basketball references to start this video, Yeshin has not faded away quite yet. With her amazing archetype of Auric Ink, as well as her class as a Rupture unit, who is able to ignore 100% of enemy defenses, at first we already knew she was destined for greatness. But one of our worries at the starting line of Season 2 was how she was going to fare going further and further into the patches. With more rupture units to come, putting Yushen first seemed like a death sentence. But how wrong some of us were, because Yushen has solidified herself as a top 3 DPS unit of Season 2. Being tied to Ether, firstly, was a much needed blessing, as much of the content around endgame was oriented with Ether and physical weaknesses. More on the latter later. Wink. Yushen, who is I've dubbed the Apex Rupture unit, and whose dominance in that role cannot be understated. She can be utilized in almost any of the miasma-based bosses purely because of her class type, but more than that, her kit is just so versatile and the damage potent. With her ability to pop chains and multiple ultimates during the stun window, she's just the epitome of what we thought the offense of Season 2 could be. And bringing her up to the front of the season allowed folks to focus solely on her, and the investment has literally carried many folks throughout the entirety of the past year. Yushen's performance is stellar, yet does require the likes of Lucia to reach premium potential, and even of the likes of a certain character that's coming up. So, with Yushen at number 5, let's move into number 4. Now, much like many ZZZ creators and commentators will tell you, supports are key. They have so much value and they'll help you bridge your DPS characters from good to great. But what if your supporting cast could do some damage? Like, what if you can mix Chick-fil-A sauce with Popeye's chicken? That's right, folks, I'm gonna be putting Nong Gong Yu in our number 4 slot. With so many gacha games out there and so many characters to grab, it can feel overwhelming. Trust me, I know. Well, that's where today's sponsor comes in, Aniba. Aniba is the best place to top up for our gacha faves. All we have to do is put in our UID, region, select your package, and in no time flat, we're back in business. And the savings are pretty sweet because depending on your region, you can get upwards of 60% cash back. And Aniba's amazing Trustpilot rating, you can top up with confidence alongside 24/7 customer support. They're here for us, folks. With 30,000... I'm sorry, seriously? Dude, that's nuts. Well, 30,000 digital products and growing, make sure to sign up to Aniba with me so that we can start saving you more cha-ching. Click the link below to let Aniba know they sent you, and thanks to Aniba for supporting the channel. Literally the looks of Jufufu mains when a third stunner has now power crept their favorite Tiger Tyrant. Now easily we could say that Nong Gong Yu is a number 2 or even number 1 candidate. From this point onward, it's so easy to argue up or down. Regardless, her presence as a stunner and anomaly DPS is staggering. And we thought we'd never see an anomaly-based stunner for a minute, but John Zenless delivered and some. Nong Gong is such an amazing powerhouse, and with her ability to synergize with every anomaly character of the current day, it speaks volumes to her value as a supporting castmate for anomaly teams. Yet my only gripe with her character is that at the budget, she loses almost 30+% of her anomaly potential without the signature. Yet, let's not forget she's a stunner first, and with budget options across the board, your hypercarry and anomaly teams will be but guaranteed 3 to 4 stun opportunities during your endgame fights. And with Nong Gong's easy buff conditions and manageable uptimes, she is easy to start using and fun to master if you know how to time your anomalies right. And just let me know down in the comments if you guys actually do try the Chick-fil-A sauce and Popeye's chicken. Damn. Let's head over to numero 3, and it comes as no surprise that the strongest DPS of Season 2 would make it somewhere on this list. We are talking about the Queen of Minor Inconveniences, who utilizes the 100-handled sword, Divergent Qingming Divine Blades. We're talking Yeshin Guang. Now, the fungus has been a personal favorite of mine, but I can't let my head cloud my judgment. Which head I'm talking about, I'll let you decide. Yeshin Guang, since her release, has been another cheat code in the game, and with her ability to literally not give 2 flying swords about stun windows and utilizing her own domain expansion to create her own, she controls the tempo of the fight over what you would expect of the flow of battle in Zenless. What ZZZ has been so prominent in is their features of combat, where you have multiple ways to interact with the enemy. dodge, defensive assist, parry, or God forbid, evasive assist. But Shungus literally says F that and flies around on her magic carpet, gaslighting foes into thinking they even had a chance. Yeshin Guang's ability to be an attacker and also have the properties of a rupture unit, being able to shred miasma, is diabolical. And because of that, she's able to utilize almost all of the top performing supports in the game, as well as the budget options that many of the rupture units miss out on, because literally there's only one panda that's about it. So but with the new Void Hunter, my bad if that spoils you, but come on, they literally advertised her as the Void Hunter even before they announced her. The marketing for her totally threw off her story arc. But aside from an abysmal story of 51st dates, Yeshin Guang is the queen of offense in the modern era, and it's to be seen how she'll perform in a whole new season. But as far as we can see, she is the best offensive unit in the game from top to bottom as of current. And even though she might forget your name, she'll never forget to expend her life force against a miasma flower on the side of the road. As we get to the top two, who seemingly are pretty locked in by now, hey, why don't you hit that subscribe button? This is a whole video series getting you guys prepared for a whole season 3 of zenlessing. And if you guys didn't know, I actually stream a bunch on Twitch. I'm actually going to be hosting a marathon around the next week or two to try to 100% the game. So if you would like to join, we have a bunch of raffles, fun community events, and prizes that you guys could win. So swing on by the Twitch if you guys have a chance. And now the penultimate pick. Number 2, the second best unit of Zenless Season 2. That's tutu's my word. You feel me, Gerbert? But this pick is going to be another very impactful support character for anomalies. And if you were to pick up any support in Season 2 outside of a Lucia, bro, it has got to be Yuzuha. Now picture this, the Dark Ages Cold Lake. Our only support was Jshoea, who was being pulled left and right to all the teams because there just weren't enough to go around. The creator forbid you had to utilize Lucy because she just had enough attack for your units. But then comes in a shining light, our savior from the skies above, in the form of a smug, red-headed, cardigan-wearing goober whose life goal is to emotionally terrorize bunny tyrants into Stockholm Syndrome. Yuzah's buffs from the get-go were stellar, with her flat bonus attack, strong anomaly, and disorder buffs, and the ability to take the following character elements to push out more anomaly with her aftershocks. Then you have a recipe for a 3-in-1 Powerpuff Girl of an anomaly support. Yuzah has been the best support on almost all anomaly teams, and even some attack-based teams have been able to flex her into the spot simply for the fact that her base stat buffs are just that good. Yuzah's performance across the past season is top tier, and not only that, we're seeing her potential go into the future with her being able to also interact with wind and being the support unit for those anomaly teams. Umbrella Girls and Zenless are just so peak, man. Yuzah clearly deserves a spot in the top 5, and from the budget all the way to the premium, the leader of the Spook Shack has had no equal. All hail, all hail Yuzah. To close out this video and the list of the top 5 best units of ZZZ, I present to you the unit that literally shook the meta to its core. 9 out of 10 ZZZ Gunner experts will tell you to pick her up. Folks, let's give it up for the best unit of ZZZ Season 2, Dialin. Now, if you told me this Cruella de Vil looking short stack could be a top 5 unit or even the best unit of ZZZ 1 year ago, I would have laughed. Because I also barely knew she existed, because the trailers didn't even show her. Well, thank God, Season 3 has shown every character up to 3.5. We understand now. But for Dialin, what was so unexpected turned into a whole movement overnight. A character that could stun better than any other, buff as good as some other supports, and with her gimmick could create ultimates out of thin air. We had dreams about times like these, but didn't know Dialin would be the answer. She has solidified herself as the stunner for almost all the top performing teams, and if you think she can't work with anomalies, well, think again. She literally has strong scores with some of the best anomaly agents in the game, and that's all thanks to her amazing general buffs and daze potential. And with the whole ability to generate ultimates for your team, no unit in the modern day wouldn't want to use their ult, especially twice. During a stun window, and some folks like Yeshin even 3 times. This created a whole new way to look at how Yu map runs, and still puts the fear in many theory crafters and Twitter warriors that she is a stun power creep incarnate. And while that hasn't been the case thus far, thank John Zenless, she still towers above the rest as she is easy to use, budget friendly, and covers literally 2/3 of the field as character's best in-slot stunner. When we talk about a renaissance for the stun class, Dialyn will go down in the history books as the Da Vinci of stun, the Donatello of days, the Michelangelo of meta. Dialyn is my pick for the best unit of Zenless Zone Zero Season 2. And with that, folks, concludes our second episode of our Season 2 recap. And with the bottom 5 and top 5 best units out of the way, we have much more to cover with preparing you for the new season. So make sure to subscribe, as we'll be coming in with more heat next time. And again, down in the comments, what type of video would you guys like to see? Or if you guys would like me to do a Q&A of anything in particular. It's your boy Josh, and thank you so much for watching this video. We'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, but before we do any of these ones, YouTube thinks you'll like it. See you next time.